everyone. My name is Simran Suri, and I'm part of the Stepup.One team for about more than a year since the beginning. And here we have Joelle Sangi, who is one of the refugees who have been with us for about more than 16 months. And I guess last we met when she had her Oxford speech at Oxford, which was fantastic. So, hi, Joelle, over to you.
Hi.
Tell us a bit about yourself and how are you doing?
Thank you so much, Samran. I'm so pleased to be here. I'm so pleased to be part of the team as well. As you said, my name is Joelle Hangi from the Democratic Republic of Congo, a refugee in Kenya, and I've been here for more than 6 years now. And I'm happy to be part of this group. I'm happy to take part of this interview. And I'm really looking forward whatever this discussion will take us. Thank you.
Amazing. And I think the most important question would be, how has your journey been so far with Stepup.One? What were the sort of highlights of this journey?
Yeah. Basically, I can say one of the biggest memories I can take with me so far when it comes to Stepup.One, it's all about, my life feeling like I can stand and do my things alone without anyone's support. Of course, I do understand that you can't do everything. You need people's support. But before that, I couldn't really feel a little bit comfortable saying, I can be independent. I can start providing like whatever I need for myself and my family. But after joining Stepup.One, I was like, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can work and get paid. You can work, your work can be valid, and people can really, give that chance and recognize you and your skills. So that was one of the biggest thing that I can take with me so far and say like, yeah, that has transformed my life in one way or another. And the other one is that's kind of exposure when you're meeting professional people who are really, expecting things which is like, they don't care about your status, they don't care about your background. They're like, yeah, you have these skills, go ahead, work on this, I'll pay you. For many years, we have been like refugees have been put in a zone like status where you are told you have to be given something for you to survive. Someone should be there for you to, to hold your hand every now and then so that you can, go for another step and do other things. But for Step Up, it's quite different. It's like, yeah, you can do it. Like you have skills. Now there is a connection here. This is the platform. Go ahead and work for yourself. And I think that is part of the dignity and always people like refugees looking for. We need to be treated in a dignified way, in the way that we have skills. We need just to be recognized. We need people to give us that chance to work and to provide for ourselves. Because, it's really uncomfortable, let me tell you, when you have family, when you have kids, and you are like another child, you can't provide for your children, you can't provide for your own family, you can't even sustain yourself, and you can't even predict what will happen in the next, 1 year, 2 years. You can't even plan for anything because you have to rely on other people. But with Step Up, it was quite different, since I know, like, I have a contract. I know that I can do this for, this period of time, and I can provide it for my family up to this extent. You feel a little bit comfortable. You're like, I'm part of, this world now. So this, like, let me say in general, this is how I can say about Step Up. Apart from getting a job, it's really transformed my life and giving that courage and that vibe of saying, yes, I can do it. Let me go. Let me try to exercise this work. Let me try to exercise my skill sets and have that chance. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. That was a brilliant answer. I think, but I have another question for you that is related more to how did you, because this is something that even I don't know, how did you exactly come to know about Step Up, and what was the process like?
Okay, basically, I came to know about Step Up from the office, UNHCR on grounds in Kakuma. They're like, you are really interested because, okay, maybe to just go back a little bit. I have a degree, a bachelor degree in business communication, and that was kind of a little bit having a background in when it comes to communication and marketing, and I'm really passionate about that. I'm really passionate about portraying people, companies in a successful way and take them from one step to another. And like from the ground, they're like, Joelle, you have these skills, you're really passionate about this. Can you try this? And first of all, I was like, there is so many, let me say, there is so many programs, there is so many youth programs on ground. And at the end, you don't really see anything, let me say, positive, which can change your life. And at first place, I was like, it's like any other program. So, and because people are like idling around, you're like, let me try this. Let me see if it has something different. And I couldn't say like, no. I was like, I'm really that kind of person who pursue and try to learn new things. And I give chance to anything. Like, even if it's like things that at first place, you're like, there is nothing here. For me, I'm like, let me just try it. Let me just give it a chance. And for me, Step Up was that way. That was my approach. Let me just give it a chance. I have time. Let me just concentrate and see what is positive, what is new about this program. And at first place, I was really, really surprised. I can remember the first meeting we had. I could feel the vibe. I was like, okay, I can feel something a little bit different from all the programs that I've seen on ground for, more than 5 years. People are coming, program, just collapsing after, a few months. But for me, it was like, you can do it. It's just a click. It's simple. I was like, okay, yeah, let me try. Yes, it's working. So, and then I think that was my first approach. I always give chance to anything dangerous, good, bad.
That's super amazing quality. Yeah,
yeah, but that's how I came to, to learn a little bit and more about Step Up and become, let me say, fun and passionate about everything about Step Up. Yeah.
That is super amazing. And I think definitely Step Up has also sort of changed the community. So in what ways do you think it has helped Kakuma also? Because I think there are a lot of colleagues of yours also who are part of Step Up.
Yeah, sure. Step Up, it has the power, and it's using that power to change the community in one big way, which is how you present the story. So most of the time, let us forget about refugees. When it comes to Africa, like camera storytelling, it has been used at let me say, a weapon, a new way to change like the colonial way, to use people in another way, since they can't tell what is all about themselves. They can't talk about themselves. So for many years, people have been documenting stories. People have been coming on ground and say, this is how the local community is living, this what they need. And it's unfortunate that it doesn't work, since they always put things in a way that is not accurate. But for me, I can say Step Up has came up with something positive, especially for the whole, apart from my own life, for the entire community, in the way that people now are able to tell their own stories. Like, you don't need someone else to come to tell other people who you are. While you're there, you can for yourself. So Step Up is easy, and it has easy tools. It has a good team to, who can document stories and put it in a really, really accurate way, which tell the real story from ground, rather than people taking, data, collecting information and say, this refugee camp. No, it's not that. Like, refugee camp is totally different from what people have been told for many years, for many decades. And Step Up is coming with a new strategy to change that, to give people a chance to stand and talk for themselves. Yeah.
Basically, the art of storytelling is being taught at Step Up.
Yeah.
I think that's what I am assuming by your comment on this.
Sure.
And I think important question is that why do you think it is important that more people in refugee camps are, sort of being able to become Stepup.One graduates? What do you think? What would be the reason?
One of the big reasons, and this is all up, not just for the refugee community, not just for Africa, we are aware, like, with this pandemic, it's something that is affecting everybody. It's something that's it's a crisis, and even developing countries are facing challenges when it comes to employment, when it comes to where are we taking our young people, what is the future, what is there for them. And I think with Step Up is one of the easy way, is one of the tool platform that can, change the narrative of I'm not employed, of I can't get a job, of I'm not qualified. Since people are qualified, it's just they don't have platform, they don't have people, they don't have those tools who can help them to move, to take initiative and say, like, let's move forward and let's employ myself. You don't have to be, employed in Google. You don't have to be employed in Apple for you to feel like you can provide and sustain your life. But I think Step Up is really needed, not just for refugees. Like, of course, refugees are some of, one group which is marginalized and they need support for them to, to go to the next step. But for any young person out there who is looking for job, Step Up is an easy way to go. Step Up is an easy way to, let me say, to overcome those kind of challenges that you are still young, you have to provide, you have to look for your life, you have to prepare your future. That's an easy way to give you work, job, and you just work on it. It doesn't have pressure. It doesn't have, it's like you can take it the way you want. Full-time job, part-time job, as you want, and you get your money like literally easily. That's what I can say. And also, it's also reduced the pressure on the government. It reduced the pressure on humanitarian organization, since they can't really, to be honest, even humanitarian organization, they're not able to provide at least standard, like, kind of life, even for refugees themselves. They're not at that extent. And part of the reason is because, maybe fund is not enough, and the crisis, like displacement, is just continuing, growing, increasing, to the point where you might have a budget for 1 million people around the world, and all of a sudden, after months, you have more than 3 million. So imagine, it's really hard for those people to budget and say we can respond up to standard level and make these people like a little bit comfortable till they get a long pathway. But now with Step Up, it's something that can help, lift up those, kind of stress, not just on those people, like on people who are beneficiating from Step Up, but on also governments and humanitarians and other people who are really concerned about the future of our young people and the future of this planet, because we never know. At the end, it will come back to us. It will come even back to those who are billionaires today. If the next generation is not able to sustain themselves, it will go back to them. It's a circle. So I think Step Up is one of those organizations who can stand and lift up those stress on those kind of high levels. Yeah.
I think your story is so inspiring that a lot of refugees would now be like, we want to be like her and sort of, follow the same path. So is there something that you would like to tell, other refugees who would want to join Step Up?
Yeah.
I think that's my last question.
I think one thing that I can just tell my fellow refugees, young people who are out there, first of all, is hard work pays, and it's really important to still push and explore new opportunities. And why I'm saying that, I can imagine some few months ago, if I could be in that kind of desperation and say, Step Up is just like other programs, let me just not waste my time. I don't know what I could be today. I don't know, like I've got a lot in terms of not just financially, but also skill sets, and you're like, I can do this. Are you able? Yes, go and do that. You have that confidence. And it's really important for my fellow young people out there to be open to new opportunities and try to explore new opportunities that are coming on their ways. And then apart from that, also, I can also tell them, like, there is a hope, like they can still feel like they're part of this community, they're part of this world, and they're contributing something positive. Because at some point, to be honest, I felt like, am I really a human being? Like, what is my purpose on this earth? But after joining Step Up, I was like, I still have a purpose. Like, you're serving a client, as a client is like, oh, wow, like someone, a billionaire, someone who has money, and you're adding a value on top of whatever he or she has. You know, it's something that you feel like, yeah, I'm doing something positive somewhere. Though it's a job, though you're paid, but like someone is like, apart from money, like I'm getting something important in my life, and you're like, yes, I'm doing something. And that's the purpose of life. You feel like you're part of this community, you're coming up with something positive. And I think that's like, for me, Step Up is able to provide that. And then what I can just tell them is you know, they don't have to lose hope. They like, all the best. If they can get a chance to, you know, to be part of Step Up, they're welcome.
Yeah.
We are here, we can help them, and we can make them like feel part of the community. Yeah, that's all I can tell them so far. Thank you.
Awesome. That was super amazing. And I think your story is very inspiring and it would inspire everyone. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And
Thank you.
yeah, I think